Software developers used to be the most secure profession in tech. Learn to code, they said, and you will always have a job. But in 2026, artificial intelligence is writing code faster and more accurately than most junior developers. I have spent the last 3 months testing every major AI coding tool on the market, building real applications, fixing real bugs, deploying real products. And what I found is genuinely shocking. These 5 tools are not just assisting developers. They are fundamentally changing what it means to write software. Whether you are a developer worried about your future or an entrepreneur looking to build without hiring, this video will show you exactly where the industry is heading. Let me start with the tool that completely changed how I write code. Cursor is an AI-powered code editor built on top of VS Code. But calling it a code editor is like calling a Tesla a car. It is technically accurate, but misses the point entirely. Cursor does not just auto-complete your code. It understands your entire code base. You can highlight a function, press Command-K, and tell it in plain English what you want to change. Refactor this to use async await. Add error handling. Make this work with the new API. And it does it perfectly, understanding the context of your entire project. The tab completion alone saves me hours every day. It predicts not just the next line, but entire blocks of logic based on what you are building. The Composer feature lets you describe entire features in natural language and watches as Cursor writes the code, creates the files, and connects everything together. For $10 a month on the hobby plan or $20 on the pro plan, this is the single best investment any developer can make right now. If Cursor is amazing for writing code inside an editor, Claude Code takes things to another level. This is Anthropic's command-line coding agent that works directly in your terminal. You give it a task, and it autonomously reads your files, writes code, runs tests, fixes errors, and even commits to Git. I have used Claude Code to build entire features from scratch. I described what I wanted in plain English, and it wrote the implementation, updated the tests, and handled edge cases I had not even considered. What makes Claude Code different is its reasoning ability. It does not just pattern match from training data. It thinks through problems, considers architectural implications, and makes decisions that feel genuinely intelligent. The context window is massive, meaning it can understand large, complex code bases without losing track of how everything connects. If you are building serious software, Claude Code is not optional anymore. It is essential. GitHub Copilot has been around since 2021, but the 2026 version is almost unrecognizable. Copilot Agent Mode can now handle multi-file edits, understand your repository structure, and even create pull requests with meaningful descriptions. The integration with GitHub is unmatched. It reads your issues, understands your pull request history, and suggests code that matches your team's coding style. The Workspace feature lets you ask questions about your entire code base and get answers that reference specific files and functions. Microsoft recently added Copilot extensions that connect to external tools, databases, and APIs. You can ask Copilot to query your production database, check your deployment status, or review your latest metrics, all without leaving your editor. At $10 per month for individuals, Copilot remains one of the best values in developer tools. But the real power is in the team and enterprise plans where it learns from your organization's entire code base. Devin by Cognition Labs is the world's first fully autonomous AI software engineer. And I need to be honest, when it was first announced, I thought it was mostly hype. After testing it extensively, my opinion has changed. Devin does not just write code. It plans, researches, debugs, and deploys. You give it a task like set up a REST API with authentication and database integration, and it opens a browser to read documentation, writes the code, sets up the environment, runs tests, and fixes any issues it encounters. The most impressive part is watching Devin debug. When it encounters an error, it reads the stack trace, forms a hypothesis, makes a change, and tests again. It is like watching a junior developer work. except it never gets frustrated and it works 24 hours a day. Devin is not cheap. The pricing starts at $500 per month. But for companies that need to ship features fast without hiring additional engineers, the math works out. One Devin subscription is significantly cheaper than one junior developer salary. The last tool on this list is perhaps the most accessible. Replit Agent lets anyone, regardless of coding experience, build and deploy full applications using natural language. You describe what you want. Build me a task management app with user authentication, team collaboration, and real-time updates. And Replit Agent builds it. Not a prototype, not a mock-up, a fully functional, deployed application with a real URL that you can share with others. What sets Replit Agent apart is the speed. I watched it build a complete e-commerce store with product listings, a shopping cart, payment integration, and an admin dashboard in under 30 minutes. The code quality is surprisingly good. It uses proper design patterns, implements security best practices, and creates responsive interfaces that work on mobile and desktop. For entrepreneurs and non-technical founders, Replit Agent is a game changer. You no longer need to raise money to hire developers. You can build your MVP yourself in an afternoon. The question is no longer whether AI will change software development. It already has. The developers who thrive will be the ones who learn to work with these tools, not against them. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, subscribe to Ctrl+AI. We test every new AI tool, so you do not have to. Hit the bell for weekly updates, and drop a comment telling me which of these tools you want me to do a deep dive on next.